Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Usher, Bad Girl, or Chris Brown, No Guidance? Duh, obviously it's Bad Girl, Usher, right? Ooh, work me, baby, doing it the way I like. I was like, all right, Usher. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I am back with another episode. I got a good show set up for you guys today, as always. I got one lead story. I got everyone's favorite quick news. I got a really fun question of the day, and I got one sport highlight. Well, actually, one sport news. Y'all know what time it is. Get your earphones on. Get your get your headphones on. Get your earbuds in. Turn your devices up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Oklahoma radio station explains why Beyonce's song didn't make their country playlist. Okay, y'all gotta listen to this. This is an amazing story, man. The beehive, the internet is wild out here. And I love stories like this. Listen to this. Before I even start reading this, for those of you who are under a rock and was not watching the Super Bowl and the commercials, Beyoncé has announced that she is releasing Act 2 of Renaissance, and it's going to be a country album. She has released 2 country songs so far, and the buzz is going on about this album. There's also buzz about her and Taylor Swift being having a duet on the song, since it's a country song, but we're not going to talk about that today. We're going to talk about Beyonce releasing a country album and a country radio station not wanting to play it and then being forced to play it by the Beehive, Beyonce's fan base. Listen to this. An Oklahoma-based country radio station, KYKC, found itself at the center of controversy regarding its music selection policy, particularly concerning the inclusion of Beyonce's latest country track, Texas Hold'em. The incident came to light when a local listener seeking to hear Beyonce's fresh venture into country music requested the station to play her new song. The request led to an unexpected response, becoming a hot debate topic amongst fans and critics alike online. The situation unfolded when the listener, identified only as Justin, reached out to KYKC with a simple request to play Texas Hold'em, Beyonce's new song blending her iconic sound with country music vibes. In response, Justin received an email from the radio station stating, "We do not play Beyonce on KYCK as we are a country music station." Exclusively reported by The Shade Room, the radio station's response sparked widespread reaction, with many seeing it as a refusal to acknowledge Beyonce's foray into country music genre. KC stated that they should have issued a generic reply and would have had the same response if it was a Rolling Stones song. If anyone emailed our station and requested a Rolling Stones song, we would have replied the same way. Beyonce is not known for being a country artist, so we just replied to that effect. But we are actually excited that she has crossed over to a new genre, and we will watch it closely to see if bigger stations start playing it and to watch it on the charts. We do play the song on our top 40 station, KXFC, but haven't added it yet to our country station. We are big Beyonce fans here and really hope it does well, as we like seeing new artists get into the format. All right, so that's the report. I'm going to read to you just what Justin put out on Twitter. I'll also put up a picture of it on my YouTube channel for those who want to watch and follow me there. It's at Trent Out Loud. But Justin's tweet was, "I requested Texas Hold'em at my local country radio station, KYKC, and after requesting, I received an email from the radio station stating, 'We do not play Beyonce on KYKC as we are a country music station.'" All right, so he didn't tell a lie. The radio station didn't tell a lie. Those receipts match. But what is funny is that a couple of hours after the Shade Room picked that up and it started going crazy on social media, the radio station put this out on their Twitter. "Lots of calls coming in for Beyonce, Texas Hold'em. It's coming up in a few minutes." And they posted a picture of their, I guess, their computer system that pushes out the radio. And you can see that Beyonce is, let me see here. Where is she? Oh, here. I guess it's like, I don't know, 5 or the 10th song coming up. And they see that she's coming into play at around 2:28 p.m. And I don't know when Justin put this tweet out. There's no timestamps. Oh, here is something that I found at around 9:45 a.m. So from 9:45, then Justin retweeted at around 10:30, and then they got Beyonce added within 4 hours around. So from 10 till 2:30. I love stories like this, man. The power of the internet, the power of social media is amazing. It blows my mind. I talked about this yesterday a little bit when I was talking about podcasters and YouTubers and how, we need to let creators be creatives. And this is one of the things that I'm talking about. This is the power that we have on social media. This is the power that influencers, that podcasters have on these big companies. And this is the reason why podcasters and influencers and YouTubers are so necessary. I'm sure that Beyonce's record label tried to get her songs added to stations. They have people. I was in the music industry for 10 years. There's people's job, literally, that their job is to get songs added to radio stations. This song was in the works in Beyonce's team for months. I'm sure they probably had difficulty getting the song added within 4 hours, man. The Beehive, the social media influencers were able to get it added in less than 4 hours. I love stories like this, man. And I didn't mention this at the top of the story, but the song is actually really a good song. I feel like people sometimes give artists a hard time when they try to do different genres of music, or maybe sometimes not even different genres, but go outside of their lane or go outside of their comfort zone. We see it also with Drake when he sings more than he raps. People are like, yo, just stick to rapping. You get it. It's been known in the history of music. But I love when artists do this, because that's the whole point of being an artist. You can't just think about the hits and just about the money. You have to think about your artistry, and music in its whole it's beautiful and all different genres. So I really applaud Beyonce for this Renaissance album. I spoke about this a little bit yesterday too, that the first act of Renaissance was house music, disco, dance, and very like 80s, 90s. And now we're getting country music. And I think it was Jess Hilarious on the Breakfast Club saying that she thinks, this is a theory, that she thinks that Beyonce might be doing a kind of like a throwback to Black music. They're saying a lot. There's been stories for years and years and years from the 40s and 50s that a lot of music, like dance music, country music, and rock and roll were created by Black people. It's a Black genre of music, and then it was taken over by white people. So Jess Hilarious is thinking maybe what Beyonce might be doing is going back to these genres of music that was created by the Black culture, and then kind of has been kind of forgotten about and taken over more by predominantly white artists. And so she's doing a throwback to pay homage to that. So she thinks that the third act might be a rock and roll act. And again, just to bring awareness to the Black culture, the Black people, because there's even a lot of Black people that don't realize that country music and rock and roll music was started and was a Black culture, and now has gone and crossed over to a more wide population of people. But anyways, I don't know if that's true. Again, like I said, that's just Hilarious' theory. But regardless, the first act was dance. Now with country, we don't know what Act 3 is. We know Act 3 is definitely going to come. We don't know when. But anyways, shout out to Beyonce. Shout out to the Beehive. I love stories like this. Power to social media and power to the influencers, man. All right, it's time for quick news. Ring my bell. Monique's son speaks out after she spoke about healing their relationship on Club Shay Shay, saying that is a very false narrative. So this story leaked yesterday. I actually had it on my docket to talk about. My team did send this over to me, and I just didn't want to talk about it yesterday. I feel like the situation is a little bit messy, but now Monique has replied to her son. Monique and her husband has replied to her son, and it's all everyone's actually talking about today. So I have to do my due diligence and report it as somebody who has an entertainment and pop culture show. So I still don't want to get into the weeds of it and do the whole back and forth, but just in a nutshell, Monique said that this started really with her and D.L. Hughley, because D.L. Hughley saying that her family doesn't speak to her, and why is she always taking shots at other people, and she doesn't even have her own family, right? She of course said that she and her family are close, and then now her son has put out I think it was around a 9 or 10 minute video saying that he hasn't spoken to his mother in years, and he doesn't want to rekindle the relationship, and she doesn't want to be a mother to him. I'll play a small little clip for you from his side. Here it is.
Faith without work is dead. Neither one of us cares to put forth any effort to reconcile with the other. She doesn't care to be my mother any more than I care to be her son.
So after hearing that and the internet going crazy yesterday, Monique this morning woke up, put out screenshots of text messages between her and her son. I'll put that up on the YouTube channel. For those of you who are listening now, you can go to my YouTube channel at Trent Out Loud to see the text messages. I am not going to read them. Like I said, I'm not going to get into the thick of this. It's a mother and son. I don't like how this is playing out on social media. But the one thing I will say about these text messages, and this what a lot of people are saying in the comment section, is that we think that Monique is kind of crossing the line, exposing the text messages. Let your son be a son, if it's true or not. And I understand you want to defend yourself, but putting out text messages between you and your son to prove that you and your son speak with each other, I just don't like that move. That's a private text message. Like I said, to play devil's advocate, she doesn't want to get slandered online saying that she's a bad mother, so she wants to show text messages that she does talk to her son. The text messages are from 2001, and we are in 2024. So these text messages are 3 years ago. So that's another thing that just seems weird. It's not like in a text message from last month. So is he completely lying if you guys haven't talked in the past 3 years? I understand he might be stretching the truth out, but there obviously is some issue. But I just think for a mother, I think that you should be the more mature one. You're close to 60 years old, Monique. I feel like you should be the bigger person here. And if your son is saying all these things, then you should just let him say it. I understand you're a celebrity. I understand, public perception is very important to you. I just wish that you would have gone about it other ways other than exposing your private text messages with you and your son. I don't know. I'll leave this story up for you guys to decide how you feel. I am super close with my mother. I have a great relationship with my mother. It's a blessing. A lot of my friends were just at my house on Super Bowl, at my Super Bowl party, and my mom was here, and everybody was like, your mom is the best mom in the world. She is so nice. We love your mom, blah, blah, blah. So I'm very blessed that I have a great relationship and a loving, caring mother. So maybe that's why this story kind of like just rubs me the wrong way. Like I don't want to see, especially a mother and son, have this kind of relationship. Even a father and daughter, or any parent and their child. It's got to be tough. Again, I understand where Monique is coming from. She's a public figure, and there's cancel culture out here. So she has to, in some way, defend herself so that she doesn't lose fans, and she doesn't lose deals, and she doesn't lose her public perception. And her son knows that. And that's why her son is probably doing this. There was something probably going on behind closed doors. And it was like, hey, mom, if you don't do this, you don't do that, I'm going to put out this video. I think more that's kind of like really what happened. We've seen a couple of children do this to their celebrity parents. It's kind of like a little bit of like a ransom or a blackmail kind of thing. But at the end of the day, kids are going to be kids, and you should always try to be the bigger person. So that's my take on this story. I'll leave you with the information to decide how you feel about it. Talking about Miss Beyonce, I wanted to show you guys some pictures of Beyonce from New York Fashion Week. I love when artists drop labels. I mean, like I said, I was in the music industry for 10 years, so I just love the whole art of marketing music or whatever. So this is not a big story or anything, but I just want to show you guys some pictures of Beyonce at New York Fashion Week. Her mom was with her. They're out having a good time. You're going to start hearing a lot of stuff from Beyonce in the next month and a half because as she rolls out this album. For those of you who are not seeing this, I'll describe you. She has her cowboy hat on, a dress, and a scarf. She just looks fabulous. But I like that everything is country. We saw her at the Grammy Awards. She had her cowboy hat on. We didn't know at that time. We just thought it was, hey, it's Beyonce in a cowboy hat. She looks hot. She had a whole like Louis Vuitton dress. And now she's at New York Fashion Week with her cowboy hat on. So we're going to really start seeing, that's the point of reporting this story. We're going to start seeing Beyonce for the next month and a half. She's going to be in these headlines. She's going to really get into her country bag. Even Kim Kardashian, I saw on her Instagram today, she was in like some stirrups and a cowboy hat. So don't be surprised, guys. Don't be surprised out here if you start seeing a lot of women this summer rocking some sexy outfits with cowboy hats. You know what it is. It's Beyonce. She's the biggest influencer of them all. If she's already getting Kim Kardashian to wear a cowboy hat, just know the prices of cowboy hats are going to be going up, and there's going to be a lot of girls rocking cowboy hats and cowboy gear and being very country out here this summer. I'm predicting that's what it's going to be like. It's going to be a country summer, and I'm for it, man. All right, it's a battle. Hitmaker was recently having this debate. If you had to choose between one of these hits, who would win? Usher, Bad Girl, or Chris Brown, No Guidance? Now, when I first heard this come up, I was like, duh, obviously it's Bad Girl, Usher, right? And then I swiped right, and then it played Usher. I was like, ooh, work me, baby, doing it the way I like. I was like, all right, Usher. Then I went to No Guidance. I know No Guidance with Chris Brown and Drake. I was like, all right, this can't be as good as Bad Girl. And then I was like, yo, this is a really good song. Like, I was reminded if it was a good song. And now I really don't know which one to choose. Because Usher was just on the Super Bowl and we just heard so much Usher music, and we're reminded for the past 2 weeks how amazing and how much of a legend Usher is, I automatically was going to Bad Girl, and Bad Girl is one of my favorite Usher songs. But I have to give Chris Brown and Drake their props. Like, No Guidance is a really, really good song. So I don't know what to choose. So because everyone's been talking about, Usher, this or whatever, blah, blah, I don't know. I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys let me know in the comment section below which one you're going with. Are you going with, and don't just vote, don't just vote your artist, because that's what I was doing. I was going to vote just Usher, because if I had to choose one, I'm going to choose Usher. Usher has a deeper catalog. Love Chris Brown, like love Chris Brown. But I just think Usher has a deeper catalog than Chris Brown. And in a battle, it would be very close. In a versus battle, it would be very close. But I think Usher would end up beating Chris Brown just because of how many hits he has. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys. You guys decide in the comment section below if it will be, but I'll leave it up to you guys. You guys decide. You guys tell me which song you prefer. Is it Usher, Bad Girl, or Chris Brown, No Guidance? Former NFL star Brandon Marshall alleges Taylor Swift got Kanye West kicked out the Super Bowl. Now, I saw this story yesterday and I was like, how could Kanye West have been kicked out of the Super Bowl and it has not made like national news? Like, that would have been on CNN by now. Like, this is crazy. So again, I didn't report it yesterday. That was the second story that was on our docket to talk about that I didn't report. And then I wake up today and then I see this headline that says, John Monopoly calls cap on Kanye West and Taylor Swift Super Bowl story. Like, I don't understand why people online like try to get clickbait and try to create these stories. Come on, like something as big as Kanye West being kicked out the Super Bowl. This is crazy. Anyway, so I just wanted to put it out there because I know it's going to be bubbling online because people love to create, these ridiculous stories to get clickbait. and I seen it now definitely on a couple of blogs. So I just wanted to reiterate and to make sure, well, not reiterate because I never even said it yet, but I just wanted to make sure that you guys know that this story is not true. Kanye West was not kicked out of the Super Bowl. And I will play the clip of what the guy said just so you hear it from him.
Kanye West pulls up to Vegas. Kanye West buys a ticket in front of Taylor Swift's booth. Typical Kanye. Taylor Swift gets pissed off. Sheik Boom Boom makes a call or two. Everybody's involved. He gets kicked out the stadium.
So what probably happened is that I think, because you know how these things happen, right? It's probably a variation of the story and then broken telephone, and then it's gotten to that part of the story. What I think probably happened is that maybe that spot was available, or maybe Kanye wanted to buy it. Taylor Swift found out about it and then made some calls to stop him. But there's no way that she would have been able to get him kicked out of that booth. That would have just been impossible. So I think there's probably maybe 50% truth to the story that Kanye, because it sounds like something Kanye would want to do, but I think it was probably he saw the opportunity, he tried, and then maybe Taylor stopped him. That sounds more like it, but definitely, if anybody is hearing out there that Kanye West got kicked out of Super Bowl, trust me, that story is not true. Usher shares photos of surprise post-Super Bowl wedding ceremony with his new bride, Jennifer. So I said yesterday I wasn't going to talk anything more about any subjects of the Super Bowl, and I just talked about Kanye at the Super Bowl and Usher. Hey, I tried, man, but I have to report on these stories. Anyways, I just wanted to share this with you guys. Like I said, for my viewers who are watching on Super Bowl on YouTube. So see, Super Bowl is still so in my head. That is watching on YouTube. Like I said before, if you do want to see some visuals to this show, please follow me on YouTube at Trent Out Loud. But yeah, it looked like a nice wedding. I still don't understand why Usher would get married in Vegas and do like a quick wedding like this. I have no idea why, but it looks fun. They look like they had a good time. Doesn't look like there was like a lot of people there or they got really dressed up, and they were both in sunglasses, which is a little bit odd, but whatever. It's a wedding in Vegas. But shout out to Usher. Like I said yesterday, he has everything coming together for him this year, 2024. He just ended his Vegas residency. He's going out on tour. He just released a new album last Friday. And, he had the Super Bowl, most watched Super Bowl ever of all time. Most watched Super Bowl performance ever of all time, beating out Michael Jackson, Prince, Beyonce, Rihanna. It's the most watched ever of all time. And then he caps that off with getting married to his longtime girlfriend. So shout out to Usher. Shout out to Jennifer. And man, this is Usher is inspirational out here, man. Shout out to Usher. Lewis Hamilton is set to earn $100 million a year from Ferrari. Yes, people, you heard me correctly. 100 million, not for the contract, 100 million a year with Ferrari. Wow. Lewis Hamilton is confirmed to join Ferrari with a contract that will earn him $100 million per year, making a significant milestone in his illustrious Formula One career and making him one of the highest paid drivers in Ferrari's history. This move comes after Hamilton activated a release clause in his Mercedes contract, ending his 11-year tenure with the team that saw him win six of his 7 world titles. Lewis Hamilton's anticipated salary at Ferrari represents a leap from his current earnings and places him at the pinnacle of Formula One driver salary, positioning him well above competitors like Max, who, despite a lucrative contract with Red Bull, earns a reported $70 million, including base salary and bonuses, and Fernando with a total of $84 million with Aston Martin. Wow. I reported on this story, I don't know, maybe a week or 2 weeks ago when I heard rumors of it happening. I didn't want it to happen for my own selfish reasons. I am a Lamborghini guy. I am a Lamborghini owner. I have an Aventador. I eat, sleep, and breathe Lamborghinis. Since I was a little kid, I did tell the story in the last podcast, so I won't get into it. And I explained the reason why I don't like Ferrari and why I like Lamborghini. Lamborghini is for the people. I feel like Ferrari. Anyways, if you guys want to hear it, go listen to the other podcast. I won't get into it again. But at the end of the day, that was for my own selfish reasons. I'm a big fan of Lewis Hamilton, and I'm, of course, very happy that he was able to sign this contract with them. And I also have to give Ferrari their props for giving him such a great contract and for giving him his bag, right? He deserves it. He has tied the record with, I don't remember the race car driver's name, sorry, but for those race car driver fans, you know who is like the Michael Jordan of race car driving. He was actually signed to Ferrari. His name is just slipping my mind right now. It's like really right at the tip of my friggin' mouth, actually, but I can't think about it. Anyways, so that is the biggest brand to be with in Formula One. So shout out to Lewis Hamilton, shout out to Ferrari. Get that bag, $100 million a year. That's crazy. And my last story, kind of a little bit of an odd story. It's not really entertainment news or pop culture, but the inventor of the Pop-Tart died February the 10th. I thought that was really sad. I'm a big Pop-Tart guy. Like, I love Pop-Tarts. Anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys about this. Pop-Tart inventor William Bill Post has passed away. Post was a Keebler plant manager in Grand Rapids in the early 1960s when he was approached by executives at Kellogg's to create a breakfast food for the toaster. He assembled a team and created the first concept of Pop-Tarts, which was an instant success when it was introduced in 1965. Post died February the 10th at the age of 96. Thank you, Mr. Post, for giving us a breakfast staple. Yo, man, I have literally two boxes of Pop-Tarts in my cupboard right now. Like, I love strawberry Pop-Tarts. It's my favorite thing. I don't eat them daily or anything. You know, you got to watch out for all that sugar. But I am a big Pop-Tart fan. I love Pop-Tarts when I was a kid. So anyways, I just wanted to tell you guys that, rest in peace, William Bill. Oh my gosh, I forgot the guy's name. That's really bad. William Bill Post. Rest in peace. All right, this brings us to question of the day. This is slowly starting to be one of my favorite segments because I love reading the comments and I just think they're fun. Anyways, today's question of the day is, if you were able to give your younger self any words of advice, what would it be? All right, before I give you my advice, I'm going to read some comments. Menza Smith 28 says, leave people where they are. Take care of you first. Whoever is meant to be in your life will be there. That was good. T _Geneva, God first and love yourself always. Princess K12 writes, girl, get that degree or some type of trade. Your future depends on it. Aaliyah _, wrote, no relationship until you found proper understanding of boundaries and want to accept and not accept from people. And know what you want to accept and not accept from people. When people show you who they are, believe them. Little Barm wrote, stay out that bar, keep your legs closed, leave that man alone, respect yourself, stop playing with your passion, stay focused, surround yourself with bosses and motivators, pray more and stay humble. Wow, all right, she's definitely going through something. Trace on Love wrote, save, and he's not that cute. Everybody hates Morgan _22 wrote, learn the art of detachment. Woo, that's a good one. Check Peck _93 wrote, adulthood ain't all that, just chill. That is a good one because that is true. As a kid, you're always like, gosh, can't wait to grow up. And then as you're an adult, you're like, gosh, I wish I could be a kid again. I like that one. All right, I'll read you guys two more. Yarnstas Switch wrote, don't waste time being bitter and living with regret. We win or we learn. Find the silver lining. That's a good one. All right, and the last one is Tenny Fasha wrote, stop asking permission to be who God called you to be. I like that one. Oh, hold on. I like this last one. Is to Mike wrote, most of the time when somebody says you can't do something, it's because they couldn't do it themselves. That's a good one. All right, my take, I hope that you guys don't get mad at me, and I hope you don't think that this is corny, but I honestly wouldn't give myself any advice. I wouldn't give my older self any advice, younger Trent, because I honestly think the mistakes that you make develop who you are today. And I'm very, very, very happy with where I am today. I'm actually living my dream. I found success in business. I'm doing a podcast. I'm in front of a camera. I'm in entertainment, which was my original dream that I started when I was a teenager and took time off because I needed to make money. I was broke. I was a broke model. I was a broke actor, and I was broke in music. And I went off and did business, and I came back to it now. But being broke and making money in business and coming back to this now, I wouldn't not want that path. I feel honestly like it wasn't meant for it to work back then, and it's meant for it to work now. And maybe it might not even work now, and it could work in 5 years. Like, I just feel like the knowledge that I have now as the person who I am is only because of my mistakes. And if I would to give myself advice, I wouldn't be who I am today. I know it sounds corny, but when you really actually think about it, the lessons that you go through, the mistakes are who you are. And you shouldn't ever want to change that. We should love the position that you're in all the time. The thing that is the best about making mistakes, and my biggest lesson that I always try to tell everybody, is whatever you do, just don't make the same mistake twice. Learn from that mistake, and then it's not really a mistake. It's really a lesson. So I never look at anything that I've done as a mistake. I always look at it as a lesson and make sure it never happens again. That's my 2 cents. I know it sounds a little corny. I know it sounds a little storytelly, but I'm telling you, take my advice. Don't not let your mistakes be mistakes. Let them be lessons, and keep looking forward, and know that you're always supposed to be in the position that you're in, and keep looking forward and just learn from those mistakes. All right, that brings us to sports news. I have one story for you guys, and I don't know if this is true or not. I'll be 100% honest, but it came from the Bleacher Report, which is it's a pretty notable blog site. They said the Warriors tried to trade for LeBron before the deadline. I didn't hear about this anywhere else, but apparently the Warriors made a trade for LeBron. Could you imagine LeBron and Steph on the same team? That would have been crazy. Anyways, there's not even a big write-up about it. It says it says the Warriors made unsuccessful bid to pair LeBron and Steph before the trade deadline. Both the Lakers and LeBron declined. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if that's a real story or not. I haven't seen it anywhere else, but it sounds like it could be possible. I don't know why Steph always likes to try to get like a KD or a LeBron. Like, I don't know why he feels like he can't just carry the team and get other like great shooters around him. I don't know. But we all know that LeBron is going to be a free agent this year, or he'll have an option to exercise being a free agent. He might either have 1 year left or no time left, but we all know, well, we don't all know. I'll tell you guys if you don't know. LeBron's son is going to be also up for draft this year too, and LeBron wants to play with his son. So I think, and he has until after draft day, he has 2 days after that to decide what he wants to do with this contract. So I think LeBron is probably in the background working with the Lakers for the Lakers to draft Bronny so him and Bronny can play together. His dream is to play with his son. That's what he says. He wants even more than another championship, is to play on the same team with his son, which would be absolutely crazy. I mean, that would have been probably the first time ever in sports history. I think Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. maybe played or was close to playing. Don't quote me on that. But definitely a rarity, and definitely has never happened in basketball, which ironically, there's been a lot of father and sons. I mean, Dale Curry and Steph Curry, his father played actually in Toronto. There's been a lot of father and sons playing in the NBA, but at the same time, it's never happened. So maybe that's why he declined, because they didn't want to take Bronny. I don't know. I don't even know if it's a true story. Like I said, I tried to do some research. I didn't find it out, but maybe I didn't find it anywhere else, but maybe they're going to try to keep it hush hush. I don't know. But from what we know from Bleacher Report, which is a reputable site, LeBron was almost traded to the Warriors. The Warriors tried to draft him, but he said no, and the Lakers said no. So from what we know, LeBron is gonna stay a Laker, and I think he's gonna try to have Bronny bring him over. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. For more content, you could subscribe, download, or listen to the Trent Out Loud podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts, or you could watch us on YouTube. Just search Trent Out Loud. For showtimes and updates, you could follow us on all social platforms at Trent Out Loud. Go to signupexpert.com/Trent. Once you sign up for all betting apps and get all your bonuses and get all your rewards, go to your app store and download BetStamp and use promo code TOL.